Hi guys, welcome to my challenge video. It's can you beat Pokemon Red with a single Missingno, level 100, minimum stats. The rules are no hacks other than getting Missingno, and also you can't use items in battle. You can use items outside of battle. So since Missingno is a glitch Pokemon, it's got really weird stats. I think its stats depend on the bikers on the bike path. So at level 100, it's going to have a HP of 176, an attack of 277, which is amazing, a defense of 5, a special of 17, making it the ultimate glass cannon with basically no defense, hardly any special, and not that much HP, and a speed of 63. So in this challenge, I think the beginning of the game is going to be pretty easy while you're outspeeding Pokemon. But then once Pokemon start to outspeed you, I think the game's going to become very hard. Let's take a look at Missingno's moves. So it has Substitute, which is going to come in handy since it's the ultimate glass cannon. It's got a lot of attacking moves. Its only stat boosting move is Sword Stance, which can be used 3 times, which raises attack by 2 stages, which will initially double attack, then triple it, then quadruple it. I mean, that's not the best since its attack is probably enough to one-shot everything anyway. And the point of using a status move in this run, a stat increasing move in this run, is to actually take advantage of the badge boost glitch. The badge boost glitch is taking advantage of a game mechanic. So every badge raises one of your Pokemon's stats by 12.5%, and once you have all the badges, this boost actually gives all of your stats a 12.5% boost. And the glitch is that whenever you use a stat altering move, the badge boost is recalculated. So every time I use a Sword Stance, not only is my attack doubled the first time, but all of my other stats increase by 12.5%. And that's important because my speed increases, which will allow me to outspeed Pokemon that I couldn't outspeed before. And that's also the problem, because Sword Stance can only be applied 3 times. I can't really take that much advantage of the badge boost glitch. Anyway, let's see how I go with this challenge. So while I easily defeat Brock, let me explain what's happening. I couldn't actually pick Missingno as my Pokemon, since it causes a lot of glitches in the game, such as it may randomly turn into a Rhydon, or it may cause the game to crash at certain parts. So the reason I chose Snorlax is because it's the same typing as Missingno. Missingno is normal bird, and bird is a glitch type, which is basically acts like a normal type, except it's got no weaknesses or resistances. So basically it's going to get hit the same way a Snorlax would get hit. I had to keep my Snorlax at level 100 because every time it leveled up, its stats would get recalculated to be Snorlax's stats, not Missingno's. And I also changed the stats of my level 100 Snorlax to match Missingno's level 100 minimum stats. Also, not that it matters since Missingno one-shots everything, but I also chose Snorlax because it has a base speed of 30. Missingno's base speed is 29, and critical hits are calculated off base speed. So more or less, Missingno and Snorlax basically have the same critical hit rate as well. So from a sprite point of view, it may not be a Missingno, but from a scientific point of view, my Pokemon behaves exactly as a Missingno would at level 100, besides crashing the game and spontaneously changing into a Rhydon. Alright, let's talk about the run. Here's a problem I ran into early. One of Team Rocket's Eradicates knocked me out when I was on 96 health, and it was only level 16. This happened in the first rock tunnel. Here's me defeating it, getting my sweet vengeance. It takes 2 shots with a water gun, so I have to get a better move. That's not a special attack, but a physical attack. Here's my Misty fight. I actually lose the first time because Water Gun does no damage to Misty's Pokemon, so I have to use Sky Attack, which leaves me vulnerable for a turn. Look at that Starmie. I missed Sky Attack and Starmie knocked me out in 2 hits. Lucky it's the start of the game, so it doesn't really take that many tries to beat Misty. It only takes 2 tries actually. But yeah, look at the damage that's dealt to me early on. I mean, the physical attacks are a lot worse than special attacks. Look at that, that's the rival fight in Cerulean City. Pidgeotto does massive damage. Abra can't do anything, luckily. Also got Mega Punch at this point, so I had a physical attack to knock things out. Too bad it wasn't fully accurate. The Rattata quick attacks me like a coward, nearly beating me, and there goes Squirtle. So yeah, a lot of trouble for the start of the game. After beating the rival, getting to Surge wasn't too hard. I actually missed Seismic Toss, which was above the water gym, which would have allowed me to have an 100% accurate move that one-shot everything, which would have made the game a lot easier, especially against the ghost Pokemon in Lavender. Oh, look at that. I leveled up past level 100, which means I have to go back to my save point and modify Missingno's experience points so that it doesn't level up again. I don't know how that happened, but that's something I'm going to have to watch out for in this challenge. So I get past Surge, wasn't too hard. Next rival fight on the SSN. Lucky Pidgeotto didn't use Quick Attack. Using Mega Punch, which isn't accurate, which is not good. Yeah, so it looks like this fight was a straight out sweep. Thankfully, I didn't get any misses, which is pretty lucky. So it's pretty scary how much damage I'm taking against such low level Pokemon. And so far it's the physical attacks that are a worry. Soon special attacks are going to be able to one-shot me too. This is my fight against Giovanni in the Sylph Corporation. Lucky his Pokemon aren't too bad and I outspeed them all, so I don't have any problems with him. I mean, a few unlucky misses, but he's stupid. He uses Guard Spec instead of killing me in one shot with Kangaskhan, which I'm sure probably could have killed me. I got TM10, which is Double Edge, which is going to help me knock out things a lot easier, except for ghosts. I mean, the ghost trainers that I had to fight only had a maximum of 2 ghosts, or only this trainer had 2 ghosts. I lost to her the first time, because when I hit myself in confusion, I knocked myself out in one shot. Alright, so here's me actually beating her this time. I had to use Sky Attack because it's the only move that can actually damage the ghosts. So I have to be aware of a Confuse Ray while I'm doing it. Nightshade's not bad because it does a fixed 23 damage equal to the opponent's level. This is footage of a Pokemon outspeeding me, a level 29 Voltorb, which missed me, thankfully. Pretty scary. I think this is the fight with Koga, which is very hard. I can knock out all of his Pokemon in one shot, but we have a problem. His Wheezing. It outspeeds me. So, yeah. Here's a brick wall. Here's my second attempt at him. Sweeping everything with Mega Punches so I don't lose health due to W Edge's recoil damage, to see if I don't get one shot by the Wheezing. Alright, let's have a look. Sludge hits me first and one hit knockout. So what do? I don't know, this is my 3rd attempt. And what happens in this attempt is pretty lucky. What I learnt in this attempt is that Wheezing isn't faster than me, it's actually a speed tire. So I knock it out with Double Edge. Alright, so next is my fight against Erica, which is ridiculously easy. There's not really much to talk about. I outspeed everything and yeah, they're all one-shots, like all the other Pokemon in this challenge so far. Alright, next is Blaine. Now, Blaine's normally easy, but it's a lot harder in this game than in other challenges. His Ponyta outspeeds me and yeah, kills me. Alright, so have a few attempts at this. Alright, so on my next attempt, one of my following attempts, I get past the Ponyta because Blaine uses a super potion on it at full health, which is incredibly intelligent, only to get knocked out by the Rapidash. Got stomped down. Alright, let's see what happens in this attempt. The Growlithe is a one-shot with Mega Punch. I don't want to lose HP, I want to conserve it at the risk of missing. Fast Spin misses, thankfully. Next is the Rapidash. The Rapidash gets me with Fast Spin, which is a crit as well, which is terrible. I survive though. It uses Growl, which boosts all of my attacks with a badge boost. I survive on 4 HP with Recoil. And last is Arcanine. Blaine uses a super potion, I miss. He uses another super potion, and I knock it out. If Blaine had decent AI, that would have been a bit of a brick wall. Next, I teach Missingno Earthquake because I don't want to take recoil damage anymore. And I replace Water Gun because it's useless. Next is the Team Rocket Hideout Rifle Fight. And after obtaining Earthquake, I get to fight a Pidgeot, which knocks me out with 1 wing attack. The next time I attempt it, Pidgeot uses Whirlwind, and I kill it. Lucky Whirlwind does nothing. I outspeed Growlithe. Next is Exeggutor, which I also outspeed. Next is Alakazam, which is very scary. It uses Confusion, and I've got just enough special to survive. Knock it out, and last is Blastoise, who bites me to death. Okay, time for attempt number 3. First Pidgeot uses Sand Attack, which is terrible. I'll knock it out with 1 shot with Mega Punch. Next is Growlithe, who I outspeed. He goes down to a single Earthquake, as expected. Next is Exeggutor. Single knockout with Earthquake once again. Next is a scary Pokemon Alakazam, who uses Recover instead of attacking. I miss an Earthquake. Take a hit from Psybeam, just survive. Miss another Earthquake. Alakazam uses Disable. I use Earthquake, finally knocking it out. Alright, time for the Blastoise. Hopefully it lolls its head. Oh, I outspeed it. I must have gotten faster due to the badge boost glitch, since I got Sand Attack. Next is the Rocket Hideout Giovanni fight. Nidorino I outspeed, so it's easy to knock out. Next is Kangaskhan, who outspeeds me and knocks me out with Comet Punch. Here's another attempt. Now for the Kangaskhan, one of the walls in this battle. It bites me, and it also knocks me out in 1 shot. Here's another attempt. Kangaskhan uses Rage this time. It goes down. We use Earthquake against Rhydon. And now we get up to the Nidoqueen, who scratches us to death. That's 2 Pokemon so far that outspeed us. Not looking good. This is the next attempt. Alright, we got up to the Rhydon. Now for the Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen body slams us. Also a 1 shot. Alright, here's another attempt. Kangaskhan tie whips us. Let's see if the badge boost made us fast enough to outspeed the Nidoqueen. It's looking good so far. Oh, we outspeed the Nidoqueen. It goes down. And we defeat Giovanni. So that's another badge boost powered victory, giving us the speed to win. Next is Sabrina, who I'm worried about. She probably has a team of Pokemon who all outspeed me. They do. The first Kadabra recovers. Alright, next is Mr. Mime, who also outspeeds me. Almost knocks me out in one shot. Alright, next is Venomoth, who also outspeeds me. Alright, this does not look fun. Here's my next attempt. Kadabra recovers again. Alright, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime sets up a light screen. Alright, this is looking better. Venomoth uses Leech Life, which does not knock me out. Last is Alakazam, who uses Psywave, which does not knock me out because it deals damage based on level, not attack and defense. And we win. That was surprising. I didn't expect to beat Sabrina on my second try. That's crazy. Okay, time for the final badge against Giovanni, the third fight. I didn't have full health on this attempt, which was probably very foolish. The Dugtrio doesn't kill me, even though it outspeeds me because it uses Growl. Get up to Nidoqueen, it tail whips, which may give me a badge boost. I also knock it out. First attempt is looking very good. And last, the Nidoking, who uses Thrash and knocks me out. Alright, time for another attempt. Rhyhorn's easy with Earthquake. Next is Dugtrio. It dug a hole. Earthquake can't hit it if it uses Dig, unlike in the later generations, and it knocks me out. Dugtrio is probably going to be a problem. Here's an attempt when I get up to Nidoqueen. It outspeeds me and body slams me to death. Alright, this is really hard. Most of his Pokemon outspeed me. So, I teach Missingno Sword Stance to give me the edge. And these are my moves. Hopefully I can use Sword Stance and use the badge boost to increase my speed. I use 2 Sword Stances and Rhyhorn stomps me to death. Get another 2 Sword Dances up. He uses Guard Spec, I use Earthquake, and let's see if I outspeed the rest of the team. I do not outspeed Dugtrio and it knocks me out. Alright, let's try another attempt. Rhyhorn gets me faster using Tail Whip. Alright, so I'm trying with a badge boost times 2, hoping that Dugtrio doesn't kill me. Now let's see if 2 boosts are enough to outspeed the rest of the team. I outspeed Nidoqueen. Alright, Nidoking time. Nidoking outspeeds me and knocks me out with a weak Poison Sting. Alright, that's 2 badge boosts. That's 3 badge boosts. Alright, let's see if I'm fast enough now to win. Hopefully the Dugtrio doesn't knock me out. He uses Guard Spec on Dugtrio. Lucky. Alright, the Nidoqueen I'll definitely outspeed. We'll see the Nidoking now. I outspeed it. Lovely. And the Rhydon, which I also outspeed. Alright, that took me about 10 minutes of attempts. That wasn't too bad. I just had to find a strategy which allowed me to win. Also, please note that Snorlax can't use Sword Stance, but Missingno can, so I had to use a cheat to give my Missingno Sword Stance. But I did have the TM as I showed, so technically if it was a Missingno, I legally could have taught a Sword Stance. Okay, time for the last rival fight before the Elite Four. Luckily Pidgeot uses agility and I can knock it out with double edge. It's always good when the Pokemon that can one-shot you doesn't attack. Next is Rhyhorn, who I definitely outspeed since Rhyhorn's so slow. Next is Growlithe, who I also outspeed. This is looking good so far. Next is Exeggutor, who I also outspeed. This is looking really good. Next is Alakazam. He uses Psychic and knocks me out. Okay, here's another attempt. Pidgeot uses Quick Attack and one-shots me. Okay, a few attempts later. Pidgeot uses Agility. I use Double Edge to knock it out. Next is Rhyhorn. I use Double Edge, knock it out. I don't know why I didn't use Earthquake, but whatever. Growlithe is an easy knockout again. Next is Execute. I use the Sword Stance, try to get a badge boost to increase my speed so I'm fast enough to win. I knock it out because it uses Poison Powder. Next, Alakazam uses Reflect, which doesn't make a difference. I knock it out. And lastly, Blastoise. Blastoise lowers its head and I knock it out. Alright, so that's the last rival before the Elite Four. Okay, so this is a clip of Victory Road. Sometimes I can't escape a wild Onix and it can knock me out in one hit. So the lead up to all of this hasn't been too hard, but there have been a lot of times where I've just randomly died to a wild Pokemon or a random trainer has knocked me out. Random trainers have given me trouble, but they haven't been hard enough to include in this video. Persistence has helped me overcome them. But now I'm up to the Elite Four. Let's take a look at my stats one more time. The game has been difficult so far, and now it's about to get a lot more difficult. Okay, so here's my first Elite Four fight against Lorelei. Dugong knocks me out. I get a Sword Stance up. It growls. I get another Sword Stance up. That gives me 3 badge boosts so far. I miss a Mega Punch. I don't know why I'm using Mega Punch instead of Earthquake, but I do. Knock it out. Outspeed Cloyster. Next is Slowbro, who I also outspeed since it's slow. Next is Jinx. He outspeeds me and body slams me. Okay, that's not good. I'm going to try to get more badge boosts. I'm up to 3 so far. That's 4 badge boosts. That's the most I can get with Sword Stance plus the 1 growl. Let's see if I can outspeed the Jinx now. Alright, Slowbro. Knocked out. Alright, Jinx. Still don't outspeed it. Alright, that's terrible. Alright, so I couldn't beat the Elite Four. After 10 minutes of tries, it was obvious it wasn't possible. So I turned to gambling. I gave up and gambled my money away. Until I decided to rob the casino. The police were after me. I needed an escape. I needed a substitute. That's right. That's right, instead of spending hours grinding at the casino, I just hacked the game and got my money instantly. Alright, back to the Elite Four. Let's see if substitute makes a difference. Alright, so getting the badge boost glitch up. I become a Charmander when I come out of the substitute. Oh look, I leveled up to level 101. That was a good start to the Elite Four after getting substitute. I did recheck my stats after becoming a Charmander. It was just the sprite that changed because that was my starting Pokemon. The challenge remains the same, all of my stats are the same, I'm still the same type. And my base speed and crit rate is still the same. Changing sprites is just an added bonus to this challenge. Alright, here's my next attempt. Dugong uses Growl, which gives me a badge boost. it lowers my attack, but Swords Dance will reverse that. I also get the, if I wanted to, I could have put up an extra Swords Dance because Growl lowered my attack by 1 stage, which means I would have got 4 boosts. But I've already got enough boosts, so I'm not going to worry about that. The real moment of truth is, how do I go against that Jinx? I go well, the substitute takes the Ice Punch. And now, do I outspeed the Lapras? I do. Alright. I've beaten Lorelei. Next is Bruno, who likes to use X Defense, which allows me to set up pretty well. I'm getting my badge boosts up. Lucky I outspeed the Onix. I'm just going for the maximum amount of boosts. And I guess now I can't really put up a substitute, so... Oh, got outsped. Alright, I've got to try to get more boosts up this time. Oh, don't get knocked out with Rage. 1 Swords Dance. Substitute's gone. 2 Swords Dances. And I guess now I'm just going to try to get through it. There's an extra defend. That's lucky. Hitmonlee comes out. He uses Focus Energy. That's easy. And the next Onix outspeeds me. Alright, let's try again. It's good that Onix has a move that doesn't one-shot me. Oh, restarting again. Rock Throw misses, lovely. X Defend, perfect. 1 Swords Dance. Harden, 2 Swords Dances. 3 Swords Dances. Alright, let's see if I can do it this time with the maximum badge boosts. Oh, X Defend. That's another lucky one. Well, Mega Kick hits me. Such a low accuracy move. Alright, let's see if I outspeed the Onix this time. I do. Alright, now for the Machamp. And we outspeed it and knock it out. That's Bruno. That's 2 down, 3 to go. Next is Agatha, who likes to change Pokemon and use moves that are pointless. But then again, Haze probably allows me to get more Swords Dances up and more badge boosts. So that's great. I don't know if it resets the glitch. The substitute protects against Confuse Ray, which is nice. Oh, doesn't protect against Hypnosis though. Yep, for being asleep for a while. Lucky Nightshade is a fixed damage move. Oh, Screech. And it still outspeeds me. Alright, let's try again. I'm confused, and I knock myself out by hitting myself in confusion. Alright, let's have a look at this attempt. Gengar uses Dream Eater, which is useless. Golbat uses Haze, another useless move. Haunter will probably try to... Nightshade, not too bad. Next is Arbok. Switches into Gengar. I get to knock out her strongest Pokemon for free. Alright, let's see if I can knock out the Arbok. No, it bites me. Alright, let's try again. Not very consistent with Agatha, which makes beating her very easy. Probably won't take me too many shots. Should just keep on switching in to Pokemon for me to kill. Next is Gengar, who puts me to sleep. It tries to confuse me, but Substitute protects me. And after waking up after 2 turns, Dream Eater misses, which is very lucky. I woke up just in time, and I knock it out. Next is Arbok. He misses me with Glare. I knock it out, and now just one more Pokemon, the Gengar. It uses Confuse Ray, Substitute protects me from confusion, and I knock it out, beating Agatha. Okay, time for Lance. Alright, the Gyarados is very scary. It has Hydro Pump, Harper Beam, which both one-shot me. Lucky it has Dragon Rage, which allows me to survive. Next is the Dragonair, who also outspeeds me and kills me in one shot. Gyarados also has Leer, which is nice, so 50% of its attacks are good for me to get hit by, the other 50% are bad. I'm just experimenting here, see how many badge boosts I need to outspeed the Dragonairs. Harper Beam misses Lucky. Dragon Rage does not break the substitute because it's a fixed damage move of 40. Gyarados still outspeeds me, but Lucky uses Dragon Rage. I only have Double Edge to hit it, and that means I die to recoil. Alright, on this attempt, Gyarados uses Leer. I use Sword Stance. It uses Leer again. I use another Sword Stance. I go for a third. It uses Dragon Rage. And now I outspeed it because of 5 badge boosts. Next is a Dragonair. I outspeed it as well. I outspeed the second Dragonair. And Aerodactyl one-shots me. Alright, here's another attempt. Here's getting a few badge boosts here with Sword Stance and Leers. Put up the substitute. Put up another substitute. Put up another substitute. Gyarados just keeps on hitting that Hydro Pump. That would have been a good run. At this point, I think maybe I should try to freeze Gyarados. So I exit the Elite Four, get Tri-Attack, and get to Lance again, and this is how I go. The only problem is, in Generation 1, Tri-Attack doesn't have any bonus effects. In the other generations, it had a 30% chance of either burning, paralysing, or freezing the opponent when it hits. So I was hoping to freeze Gyarados, and then just set up against it, and then sweep the rest of the team, but that wasn't possible in this generation. So I wasted a bunch of time, and got back up to Lance. Let's see how I go now. So I spend about 15 minutes on Lance, on various attempts, trying to set up and sweep his entire team, until I get this run. Alright, so I use Sword Stance, Gyarados uses Leer, that's 2 badge boosts. It uses Dragon Rage. I use another Sword Stance, it uses another Dragon Rage. I put up a substitute. It doesn't break because it can't get broken from Dragon Rage. Next is Dragonair. I outspeed it. It's nice not to take any recoil damage. That's the second Dragonair. Next is Aerodactyl. He misses Takedown, which means that Dragonite's a guaranteed win. Dragonite comes out, hits me with Hyper Beam, the substitute breaks, and Charmander Snorlax Missingno takes out Lance, the toughest challenge. Okay, Lance was definitely the toughest battle of this challenge so far. Time for the moment of truth, the final rival fight. Okay, here's attempt number 1. I use Sword Stance, Pidgeot uses Mirror Move, which is useless, and then it wing attacks me, knocking me out. Here's another attempt. It uses Sky Attack, misses. I get a Sword Stance and substitute up. It uses Mirror Move, gets a substitute up, which is bad. I get another Sword Stance up. It uses Sky Attack or charges. It breaks my substitute. I put another one up because I knew it was going to break my substitute. It uses Wing Attack, breaks my substitute. I break its substitute. And then it knocks me out with another wing attack. Okay, here's the next attempt. It uses Whirlwind, which does nothing. I one-shot it with Tri-Attack. Alakazam comes out and one-shots me with Psychic. Alright, here's the next attempt, which doesn't go well. I use Tri-Attack on another attempt, knock out the Pidgeot. Alakazam tries to recover. I knock it out with Tri-Attack. Next is Rhydon, who is not one-shot by Tri-Attack. It one-shots me with one hit of Fury Attack. That's how frail I am. Alright, time for the next attempt. I hit Pidgeot with Tri-Attack after it uses Whirlwind, which is useless. Alright, so next is Alakazam. It uses Reflect, which halves my physical damage. I still think I'm strong enough to one-shot every Pokemon on the rivals team. So far looking good. Next is Rhydon, who I definitely outspeed. Next time I'm going to use Earthquake. And I do. Will it go down? It does. Alright, next Arcanine, who uses Leer. That gives me a badge boost. I knock out Arcanine with a single Earthquake because it's super effective. Next is Exeggutor, who misses a Hypnosis. I hit it with Tri-Attack. Another one-shot, as expected. The Reflect didn't make a difference. Time for Blastoise, the last Pokemon. It uses Withdraw. I hit it with Earthquake. Is it enough? There's a Reflect up still. It's got a defense boost. It's enough because I crit it. I mean, that probably would have been a one-shot anyway. And that's my Missingno challenge. Minimum stats on Pokemon Red. And amazingly, that was all my attempts against a rival. Lance was the hardest fight of the challenge. It took me about 6 minutes worth of tries to actually beat the rival. Which is very surprising. I got pretty lucky in that last battle. I don't want to try it again because it might take me too long. Here's a final look at my Missingno, just to show you its stats and moves. After the credits, thanks for watching. If you want to see my Pokemon Yellow Missingno challenge, which has very different stats to this Missingno, it actually has a lot of HP, small amount of attack and special, and it has literally a base speed of 0. So it's gonna pretty much get outsped by everything. I think it's going to be a lot harder, so like I said, if you want to see that challenge, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I do not look forward to the next Missingno challenge.